Hi, my name's Sharice Davids, and I represent the 3rd Congressional District in Kansas. One big piece of my job is to make laws. The second big piece is to talk to people in the district that I represent. I have to basically make sure that I'm going around and listening to everybody as much as I can, and then keeping them updated about what I'm doing. You know, I go out to Washington, D.C., to the nation's capital to work on passing laws. But the folks at home really want to know what's going on and want to make sure that their member of Congress or their representative is actually working on the stuff that they're most concerned about.
As a representative for the state of Kansas, first off, some people would get confused and think that maybe I work in Washington for part of the year. I don't do anything in Washington. All of my work is done in Topeka, and that's what we talk about when we say that I'm a state representative. As state representative, I am up there to be a voice, if you will, for the people in Dodge City. Maybe sometimes people talk about, too, that not only do we pass laws, but some of my best work up here is making sure that we don't pass any bad laws. So sometimes that's something that's difficult to keep in mind, but we're trying to pass laws that are beneficial for people and not pass bad laws.
If you go back in history, there are 3 groups of jobs, professions, that are considered kind of essential for our society to function. One is doctors, because they take care of the health, the mental and physical health of everybody. And another is ministers or religious leaders. They take care of the spiritual health of our community. The third is lawyers. They take care of everything else. They make sure that businesses operate, that families function, that government functions, that individual rights are protected. They solve problems. They're leaders in the community. They are the bridge between the law and all of society.
Well, a law professor is a really great job, and I get to do basically 3 things. My most important job is I'm a teacher, but it's not exactly like a teacher that you might imagine in high school or in elementary school. It's a different type of classroom, so the classes are bigger. And a lot of what we do is not me as the instructor telling things to the students, but a lot of it is me asking the students to tell me things, then maybe asking a different student, what do you think about that? Or asking this student, could you argue it differently? The other type of classes that I get to teach, we have what are sometimes called clinics. You might think of it as like a hands-on education. And in that space, students get to be lawyers, but they're supervised. So we have actual little law firms within the law school and other locations. And students work there, and they meet with actual citizens of the state of Kansas and provide legal services for them under our supervision. So that's really exciting. The second thing that a law professor gets to do is that he or she gets to write a lot about the law, and that's a lot of fun as well. So I write books and articles and sometimes shorter pieces that you might read, say, in a newspaper or in an online newspaper. And then the third thing that I get to do as a law professor is I engage in a lot of service, which is also very rewarding. I get to do that both within the university, so helping to select next year's admitted class of students. And I get to do a lot of service work outside of the university. So it's a really, really great job. And I like the opportunity to get to do all 3 different types of things.
At the federal level, the United States Attorney that represents each particular congressional district is appointed by the President and then confirmed by the Senate. And so every United States Attorney that you have, or the top federal prosecutor in that jurisdiction, has been nominated by the President. And so the assistants to the United States Attorney are then appointed by the Attorney General. So most of us have a plaque in our office that says this particular Attorney General appointed Jabari Womble for a period of time to serve as a federal prosecutor. What really comes with that is a understanding and an appreciation of the powerful position that we hold, and that we are to, above all, seek justice. And so whether it's the state level, whether it's the federal level, you elect those individuals or elect individuals that appoint individuals to represent you and make sure that everyone is treated fairly.
I think a lot of people, when they think about lawyers or government officials, they think of them as people who are in court making great speeches, or in Congress making great speeches, and it's all about talking. And it's about listening. It's always about listening first. Lawyers spend more of their time listening, by a long shot, than they do talking, if they're good lawyers.